we are going to go over really quickly how to deal with backmasking, or not specifically the creation of backmasking, but playing audio backwards so that you can listen to it. You, of course, will need an audio clip, but anyway, we're not going to deal with that much detail at the moment. So the easiest way I know is to use Davinci Resolve. So what you're going to do, you're going to jump over to www.blackmagicdesign.com, this website right up here. It'll bring you to this page. We're going to jump to products. We're going to scroll down just a bit until we find Davinci Resolve. The Davinci Resolve Studio is $295. So if you're not doing anything advanced, then you don't really need this. So we're easily going to be able to do this with the free version. So you'll click on that, scroll down just a bit, free download. You'll still be looking at Davinci Resolve 18, not Studio 18. And I'm just going to pick Windows, just arbitrarily fill in your info, register and download. It's going to download a zip file. So you're going to want to pay attention to where that is downloaded to on your hard drive. You'll unzip that, and then you'll run the installer file. And then you'll open up Davinci Resolve, which I already have it on my taskbar, so I'm just going to click there. From here, we're going to open up just a blank project. So untitled project. It's going to automatically open you to the cut page. We're going to jump over to the edit page, so it's a little bit simpler to deal with all of this stuff if we just start in the edit page. I'm going to shrink this down. Now there's a couple of ways you can get your clip into here. Either you can go to File, Import, Media, or you can hit Control I, and then you can navigate to wherever your clip happens to be and then click on it and then open, and it'll bring it into the media pool right in here. Or you can open up the navigator, go to wherever the folder is that has your content that you want to pull in, and then just drag it in here and drop it. I do want it to change the project frame rate because I do want it to match my clip. So I'm going to go ahead and let it change it. And from here, we can go ahead and maximize this. Now I'm going to drag this clip over here onto my timeline and drop it. And so now it has pulled this in. If I want to see this whole entire clip, I can click this button right here, and it will zoom out my timeline so I can see the whole thing. Now if I play this, you'll hear that it is playing everything in forward. Alrighty, today we're going to do the Dinnerly No Chop Barbecue Chicken Flap. Okay, so everything exactly as expected. But this doesn't help us because we're wanting to play the audio backwards. So how do we do that? Well, that's where we come over here to the inspector area. Now, if this isn't showing up on this side of the video, it's because you haven't got the inspector clicked. Just click this. This area will pop up. Problem solved. All right, so you want to select your clip. Then we're going to go up over here where it's a speed change. We're going to click this. Right now, you'll see the direction is in the forward. So we want to reverse it. Obviously, we're going to click this other arrow, and suddenly our entire file is reversed. Now, if I were to play this, right now it's all hissing and everything. That's because it's meat sizzling. And here we go. Got to find a section where I'm talking. All right, so if I play this now, as you can hear, it's all mumbled, jumbled. It's literally reversed. That's all you have to do. Now, on top of that, you're going to want to know one other very important thing. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm going to zoom in on this area. What I'm doing is holding down Alt while I roll my mouse wheel. And as you can see, that zooms in very nicely on the audio. You're going to need this if you're going to be doing any isolation. So we'll take... So right here is where I start talking approximately. And we're going to need to find an in point and an out point so we know where to loop the audio, because to analyze a section of audio, you probably need to play it multiple times in a row. So we find our start point, which I've already done, and I will hit I. Or I could come up here and do it the hard way, mark in by right-clicking. But I don't want to do it the hard way. I want to use the keyboard shortcut. So I press I, and it sets my in point, and then I want to find the out point where I want to mark. Alright, so that's good enough. I could either right-click up here again on the timeline and mark out, or I can just hit O. So I've got my in and my out point set. So now all I got to do is loop it, right? I just click this little loop button and we're good to go, right? Well, as it turns out, no, we're not good to go. There are shortcuts that will activate the looping function. So there's a couple of different options. Now, if we go up here to the menu bar and open up the playback menu, we look down here, play, reverse, stop, play forward, so on and so forth. What we want is this play around to. So if we hit the first hotkey, which is the /, it will play around the current selection. So what does that actually mean? What it's going to do, I'm going to do it, just show you exactly what's going on. It will play a little bit before and a little bit after, and then it will loop that again over and over and over. So let's try that. So I hit the /. So as you can see, it's just kind of playing in a repeat. Whoops. I accidentally messed up my location. Let's just go ahead and jump over here. Okay, so as you can see, it just plays in a loop around this area. Now, that's not what we want. What we want is for it to play this area right here. So here's how we do this. You can either go here and to the play around to from the playback menu, and then we go down to play in to out. You'll notice the hotkey is Alt plus the /. So if I hit my Alt, hold it down, and I hit the /, and it'll just play that in a loop repeatedly over and over and over and over. You do have to have the loop button active. If I don't do that, then it won't repeat it over and over and over. If you do have the loop button active, then whatever loop you're playing, it will just keep repeating it over and over. So that's all there is to it. Easy peasy. Doesn't take any special technical experience or anything like that. And yeah, so that should get pretty much anybody up and running for listening to reversed audio if you're interested in doing so. Hope this helps. Later.